expect TBR to conduct a lecture, and I will also join.
Yes, interesting.
Welcome, sir.
Families can also listen. Yeah, useful.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I have become a transformation coach. I have been coaching people. I enjoy coaching people, and it will give a lot of empowering feelings for us once you understand the concept.
In human behavioral study, the
Yes.
analytical mind plays even a very important role. I think, doctor, this is what I am sharing. The analysis of anything, if you have an analytical mind, you get the excellent result because you act accordingly and get that. That's what I wanted to say.
Definitely,
Thank you.
definitely, sir.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Manjunath Garu. And next, Nur Amin and Naidu Garu, be ready, sir. Okay.
Good evening, sir. All my air veterans. Very good evening. And special regards to Professor Gupta, sir. I would like to just mention that I also left Air Force from AFTC. I was there in AFTC. There is a connect. 89 to 93, I was there in AFTC.
I started doing in 97.
Okay, so probably there was no occasion to meet.
Correct. Department of Management Studies, they used to.
When I was there, Air Commodore Badri Narayan, who also subsequently joined HAL, Helicopter Division.
Yeah,
he was a commander.
Yeah, he was.
I was there as a commissioning crew for ALH project.
Yeah.
Helicopter Division. So I have two things to mention, sir. You have already narrated that how the Air Force empowered you, all the inbuilt qualities you already had. I would say you are a rare metal from the childhood itself. So when you joined Air Force, you already had the external qualities and you made use of the opportunity. So you have served, say, in the supervisory level or below supervisory level or in the management level subsequently, and has reached the highest level. My submission is, have you ever thought or how to empower the PBORs in armed forces? Because we have highly educated PBORs today joining the Air Force, and maybe during our time also we started learning, educating ourselves. So what is lacking. If this lot is empowered, I think our armed forces gets benefited and we can do wonderful, and the country will have a much more stronger armed forces.
See, please don't mind for my one observation. It's not against Air Force or the cultural gap created from the commission to non-commission is so big, so large. And I have been testing in AFTC because I used to give this kind of statement that what about nowadays I've seen educated rankers are coming and they're very good in technical capability. Immediately these people used to go against. No, not at all. They only, I have to guide them, I have to teach them. They keep on starting. And that shows that the gap in the mental, it has been created so much that's what I said. If my PhD scholar comes to know, I don't know what would be the reaction. Sometimes I say that they may suicide. So those who know my capability, there was one Air Commodore Gupta. He came as a flying officer in Chandigarh. I was a AC2. No, I was AC1, sorry. AC1 and he was, I passed out at AC1, so I was there. And he came as a flying officer after engineering graduate. And he was from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. And he came to HAL. My boss was his classmate, and he entered the room, saluted to my boss. And then I said, Arey, he's so-and-so. And then onward, he understood my capability, always appreciating a lot. He says, I remember those days, your approach used to be different. Now imagine, as a AC1, my approach as engineering officer, he used to observe it. And we have worked together 2 years only. And then I was posted another Squadron 25 next door. So he observed me and say, I remember your approach even that time onward, the kind of different approach, and you are here today. I was manager when he came there as a group captain, and then he became Air Commodore in HAL itself, tenure, and then he left from there. And even he keep on talking to me I keep him motivated because he became a little bit cranky out of the what is called gear. And he was very intelligent. He written 5-6 books. So anyway, my point is that those who know and they attuned, they respect. But some are there out of their own world, they remain and they never come to alignment. So this cultural gap is the more. Now, if I am talking to officer, they become empowered. If I am talking to these people, they will become empowered and that will be self-empowered. Then they need not worry about the cultural gap. I don't worry, I don't worry. So, because see what happens, self-empowerment is more important. Now, Valge Saab was telling that respecting everybody. I am telling we don't respect myself. I don't respect myself. First thing is that I will give the example. How many times you are able to take care of your food? Do you give the proper massaging, cleaning, maintaining your foot as your face? Most of us not. So we don't respect ourselves. We don't accept ourselves. We don't know about ourselves.
So we start loving ourselves first. Love yourself.
We don't love ourselves.
Love yourself.
Know yourself.
I told about the love. So these things are from the beginning. And so if I am able to help them to have a self-empowerment, that's good enough. We don't need any cultural changes and all. They can themselves do.
Yeah, normally the feeling is that the feeling of.
Unfortunately, I don't get approached to teach them.
So, sir, one minute. I am Chandrasekhar. I would like to have only one question. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm interrupting.
Please.
TBS, sir, kindly don't mind.
We can't see you. Can we see you?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, I would like to see you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So nice.
Sir, my main aim is when we bring some reforms or anything in the Air Force, my feeling is, can it become any damage? My question is, can it bring any damage to the organization if we bridge the gap between officers and men? Is it really required to have a gap?
No.
Because
it is a fear. And the way it has been going on decade or a century together, it is going on.
Sir, it is a fear to whom, sir?
Fears to everybody.
No. If it is a fear for officers...
No, it is fear of the top management. I mean,
top management. It's not men at all. Because as an AC, I was also a shift in charge because newly introduced the AN32, we were the second batch trained. So several times we used to have this type of thing. But ultimately, they used to listen us. You said that on tarmac, really the technical people are really dominating.
So at the core of the heart, it is good.
Yes.
But what happened? The gap created again the cultural point.
Yes.
Now, one Chandrasekhar was there. Can we make 100? 100 can be made by training. You know, we have been trained.
Yes. So as a AC,
it will not create any damage.
Yeah, that's what my fear is. Whatever we do, it shall not become, because what happened, it may give a adverse effect to the nation during war or things like that. My mindset is like that.
Not at all. When I can get the people drive in a chair without anything, without any command position or without anything, you can imagine what will happen to the armed forces. People will die for my wish. That's the kind of environment generated. It is not going to damage.
It is not.
It is a fear in the mind of top or what we say officer that it may damage during war. I give a command and they may not agree. No.
It is only they are interested to keep their image. I am not against of any lot or anything, sir. Now even 20 years, even I also completed 20 years and I retired as a deputy registrar in NIT Warangal. No, whenever I think for organization, especially for Air Force, for any changes and all, I always will have a think that what is that adverse effect going to have?
See what happened? No, it will not have adverse effect. So it's only our approach to look for adverse first. No, look for the advantages first.
No, I agree with you, sir. But the worst part of it is because when we go like a warlike situation, can it become a discussion type nature amongst the men and officers will not be able to take decision, or will it become a positive thing for the officers to take a better decision?
Definitely it is a positive thing to take a better decision.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I am sure that is what I tell them. I tell them that what is their role. They don't understand. See, two things are there. Please understand, there are only basic two issues or problem, whatever you can say in the life. One is in lack of understanding the role and lack of communication ability.
Yeah.
Now these two, we don't know how to communicate, therefore I don't understand my role. And since I don't understand my role, I'm not able to communicate better.
Yeah.
If these two are broken and improved, things start breaking.
Yes. So my only intention of
it
telling
won't
is,
be, fear is most of the time false emotions appear real.
no, sir. They may have to work more, because the moment we start talking or we start thinking, they may have to work much more, and their leisureness may
See what happened. I tell you, the culturally, when people follow the leader, I told you that I need not say, they will sense in advance and do it.
Yes.
I have seen. That's what I'm telling. I enjoyed my stay in HAL, where union and so many things are there. Union fellow will come from 100 meters away and salute me.
Yeah, I was observing that.
And width round was almost same.
My God.
So he used to balance by putting one hand behind and then bend down front and then say,
Great.
The moment the Secretary of Union is saluting to Gupta, people will see here and there what is happening.
Yeah, naturally, yeah.
And I have developed him. The day he wanted to fight with me, I brought him down to the level of development where he became, All India Secretary, not only HAL.
Yeah, great.
So, Tota Viraju, by his name, he gave 1.5 hour lecture on union in management.
Yes,
I was thrilled that I could help him to develop.
Great.
Made him to understand his role.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Sir, now it's a question of getting clarity on the roles. And thereby empowering all the people, understanding the implication, understanding. So there is no fear of officer, but there is a fear of doing duty.
No, sir. Right? My interest was telling is, if you remove the fear of officers, can there be an adverse impact on the organization? Because sometimes we are forced to say, because he may not be in a position to speak anything, but he may have to get the things done. During that process, can this create damage to the organization?
Absolutely not. That is what I vouch because of my experience.
No, my intention of the same thing, sir, but I want to just clarify myself.
Thank you.
That's all. And actually, I'm sailing in the same boat. But I'd like to put an adverse question so that things will be known better.
No, my experience, it has never been happening, and it always.
I'm also on the same lines. I'm also
not only me. I have empowered others. That's what.
That's good. It's good. Thank you.
And
okay. Thank you, Chandradhar. Yeah,
I had not completed. I fully agree with Professor Gupta, sir. The cultural difference was there. Mental block was also there between these two categories.
Yes.
But I have seen now, with the education level increasing in the armed forces and my 22 years of experience in Indian Navy after the Air Force, the defense forces, armed forces are hiring external consultants to study these aspects, suggest improvements, and are implementing. I have seen Navy has gone for a sea change. So I consider Professor Gupta Sahab as an in-house expert.
Definitely.
Definitely, yes. He knows much more better than an ASCII person. Team used to come from ASCII Hyderabad. Professor Gupta Sahab.
Okay.
No, the consultant definition is.
Sir, 1 minute. Let me complete, sir.
Okay, correct.
Let me complete, sir. So they come, what they do, they come with a survey questionnaire, sit with every category of people from multi-task staff to the Commodore level, Air Commodore level, ask questions, go here and put up some report. Whereas we have an in-house expert who has risen from the ground level to the top.
Yes.
I think he will be a better person to bring in changes, cultural changes, bridge the gap. And I would like to mention to the august participants here, after such studies were made by many institutes and submitted the report to the Indian Navy, I have seen now, I attended a long course in INS Hamla, which is a premier institute. There are sessions, there are courses going on in the same classroom. The sailor, the civilian officers, the civilian men, and the uniformed officers are sitting together in one classroom and learning the things. Yeah, I think it is to a large extent, I could see in the field, it is bridging the gap, resulting in better productivity.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
so
I was not aware. Thank you.
so that's why I just asked this question. This was my one question, sir. Rather, my submission to you, if you could think, you need not to submit to the defense this thing. You submit to MOD. Today, MOD is taking it in the right spirit. They want to bring in changes. A lot of changes they want to bring in. And in the last session, I mentioned this commanders conference. Our Prime Minister said, why only top brass officers? I want people from the lower ranks also. Subedas, JWs, and the petty officers attended the commanders conference this time. So we are going for a sea change. It is a revolutionary thinking. So I think we all having expertise should possibly bring some change. Let us submit to the government of India.
Please let me know some contact. Who is the right person? I am ready to do that.
Definitely, sir.
As I said, it will be an opportunity for me to. I have been doing a lot of changes everywhere.
Yes,
yes. More than 100 organizations.
So why not our own men, sir?
I have done
our own men.
And I am guaranteeing that I will be able to make the sea change.
So my second question was, sir, it may be a very raw question.
Not at all, not at all. Every question is right.
Yeah.
It's only
you already defined what is empowerment. My curiosity is the empowerment from within, or it can be induced with some external qualities or external training?
First, always I focus on self-empowerment because that is the root. If root is not correct, most of the time pouring the water on the leaves will not keep the plant green. You have to pour the water on the root. Root is self. And then outside will help it to grow. Right environment, right side temperature outside and all needed. But if water is not poured on the root and pour on the leaves, will not keep green. So that is what is my approach.
Maybe that is
the always find out the root and where it works.
I think your research result 11% matches with your answer.
Definitely, I've done it. See, I have taken the sample of 1500 out of that rejected sample were there, 1259 were analyzed. And their results are, sample is very large. None of my PhD scholars have this kind of sample.
Because generally it is said, what mistakes largely we do as a person. Without knowing myself, my own self, I always try to know the other person.
Very right.
I think first we should stop doing that. Know yourself, know your capabilities, know your contributing capabilities. Then everything will fall in line.
You are right.
That's what.
You are right. In 1970 January, I went for petty officer, INS Shivaji, Lonavala. Yes. And rejected in medical and came back 1 month. Anyway.
Hi, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manjunath. And if you can connect me, I will be very happy. Please connect me to the right contact, right people, where I should be able to make the difference. See, I am a DRDO panel for interviewing the B2E to F interviews I conducted last year, this year. And you imagine the kind of range it is available in DRDO. Every day, 6 to 7, 8 candidates I've interviewed for 15 days as a panel member. And my job was mainly from the management area and individual perspective. And we have done a lot of, good justice to organization and helping individual to grow, both.
That's all.
Thank you.
Help ourselves.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So yes, I think our Manjunath, struck a, very beautiful point. So, in a transformation coaching also, there is a special lesson on this. Know thyself. Know your inner DNA. So that is what drives you, or who are you rather. Discover who are you, what drives you. If you understand your baselines and if you understand what you love to do, then everything becomes next. So anyway, it will be interesting when you go for the full session with our professors in due course that we'll have. Yes, sir.
I'm ready to undergo the course, sir.
Yeah, we'll definitely interesting one. And it is required. My total perception of life changed when I've entered the coaching.
Sir, my sole intention of joining.
It's all inside journey, not outside.
Sir, my
only inside journey. Once you empower yourself internally, everything will become just like that.
No, my sole intention of joining the course is actually I would like to take social work only. No, I don't want to go for anything else. so that we can train so many people, or we can
wonderful things
bring
can be
the
done.
changes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Nothing else more.
Yes, sir. Nurul Shah.
Yes, good evening. Special respect to special salute as well as great wishes to the doctor, sir, for bringing out your great enthusiasm and studies. You are a guru to everybody of this today's attendees. Now, I've been a radio filter from the southern end, Miss Kanyakumari of Tamil Nadu. I am very happy to hear your lecture. And I was also trained in AFTC as a quality control inspector. I had been working as a quality control inspector in 7 BRD as well as in 9 BRD to look after inspection part of all the aeronautics equipments. Now, I just have some doubts. Why you have not done PhD in electronics? Yeah, I told you that opportunities were not helping anywhere. For PhD, main thing was a guide from the organization for external candidate. Okay. And so getting guide has been a, pardon? You can try from other sources like no, other sources not acceptable. Within organization, there must be guide. Okay, fine. Okay, now with this condition, I've been struggling for 3 years. And you know that after struggle of 3 years, I started MBA, shifting to management. I didn't do MBA first. First, I did my ME. And then I wanted to go for electronics, and ultimately I had to shift for management because of my interest was also there. Okay, and then I did MBA for HR, marketing, international management, and then switch over to PhD on management. And even this is management. You know, I have tried in Tata Institute, Bangalore. Once I was not given admission. Second year when I tried, I was admitted on Tuesday and removed from the list on Thursday. Because one chairman friend came from a ski director and his student was taken in and I was taken out. And the chairman department of management, we used to invite him in HL Management Academy. He says, sorry, Gupta, I couldn't do. He was so helpless. He said, chairman has done it. So, and when I joined in IIT, one of the professor has done PhD and MTech from ISC. I was talking, he was from nearby my hometown. So I was talking to him, one Misra was there, A.K. Misra. I told him, unfortunately, I couldn't get admission in ISC. He says, fortunately, you didn't get admission. You would have not been allowed to complete before 10 years. And here I am sure by 5 years, there will never be any hurdle here. And they will not allow you. So things are there for that matter. IIT, in fact, I told my guide itself, madam, guiding is very easy. Only doing the work is difficult.
Of course.
I've been guiding since so many years. Before MBA, I guided MBA scholar. Before PhD, I guided PhD scholar. And then always my role was to teach first, learn, and then move forward. Even during my ME, I was teaching one Professor Chandran is there. He retired 2 years back from PhD college. I was teaching him as my course mate, and I was number 1 and he was number 2. He was from nearby Sulur only. Kadampadi, one place is there. And then he used to be in my house only during examination. So teaching has been helping me to grow. That's what. Because of the DNA, what you got from your family, helping others as well as the teaching profession. You took it from your parents. Definitely, it is great. Now, you have just introduced a terminology, ECG, is encouraging, enjoying, and continuing and growing. Is it your own terminology or you have just copied? This is my fundamental approach. I see. My own formulae kind of thing. They are not written anywhere. These are the development of the concept into practice and communicating others. Okay. Is it incorporated in any management studies? No, management study nowhere incorporated. It is my own. And then understanding, bringing together these three. Enjoy, contribute, and grow. As I said, my own name, KSG, knowing, sharing, and growing. So I always bring this triangular concept and putting these three, and I communicate them. If you increase one line of a triangle, area will not increase. And after a certain point, it becomes 0. Exactly, yes. So we have to increase simultaneously all the lines together. And that is what ECG or KSG or many other concepts are there. We'll look into when we are coming to the program.
Yeah. Thank you.
Adding to the previous talks, one day just we listened from the one DAG ex-air warrior that if a gap between the office and men is narrowed, definitely the way of dedicating means delivering power or delegating orders, it will be very difficult. That's what the DAG has told. Nowadays, the postgraduate people are coming as a constable. We are unable to order them for a night sentry work as well as
that's what I'm telling. They are unable to order is not wrong.
Yeah.
They have not developed empowerment in both, so that
this empowerment will solve all these problems.
See the mentality of ordering. Instead of he himself will take it.
Yeah, I see.
Great.
I need not order, they themselves will take it.
Sense of responsibility.
I was having my PA in a management academy. I never said it's PA. I used to say professional partner.
Very good, very good.
Professional associate.
Yeah.
PA, I have changed it professional associate. Yeah. Anybody will come, new faculty or invited faculty, I will introduce. He is my professional associate. If I am not there, he will look after him. And he will do it. Because I have shown the confidence in him and he can do it. There is one very beautiful study called Pygmalion effect.
Okay.
Pygmalion effect study was done in management for more than 10 years in primary school children. And there they found the student can become what teacher can expect. Same way son or daughter can become what parent can expect.
Sure.
But here expectation is something and process is something is not aligning. Otherwise, same way boss can make, subordinate can become what boss can expect. Everywhere it is applicable. So that is called Pygmalion effect.
Very good. Sir.
Okay, good concept. Naidu.
Sir, I am very much thankful to Dr. K.S. Gupta, sir. And he has really narrated a very, very interesting topic. I like his, abbreviations, what he has given to the in management, his own KSG and
PCG.
And I am feeling myself proud as I have introduced him to this group. I only introduced him to the group.
I remember, sir. I think you have introduced so many other people also, not only him.
No, but he is one of the greatest men.
Including High Court Judge.
Yeah. He's about to come. K.S. Rathod also.
Yeah. Gupta Sahab, now, he introduced one High Court Judge. He was airman for 15 years, came outside, practiced advocate and became a High Court Judge and retired also. Justice Panwar.
That's how I said that it's not a question that who is, who was. I say what is he and what has been his journey is more important. Where are you now? Don't look at where from you started and trace the path. Then you will be able to encourage to move forward. But the moment you say, I am here only, then you will remain here only. You will not be able to move.
Yeah, I think a lot of things to be learned.
Comparison with the self, then comparison with others is more important.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Naidu.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. A very good evening to Dr. Gupta, sir. It's very much thrilling and very interesting to listen to you. And I appreciate your love for learning, teaching, helping. And you have gone a very long way in this, and it is worth following your teachings. Actually, your teachings, I felt it is like teachings of Gita. The more you listen to it, the more you know that you know nothing. So now we have come to know that there are a lot of things which we have to learn irrespective of the age, because at any time we get any opportunity, we must be prepared to satisfactorily complete it. And in any government organization or private organization, it is very difficult to balance your opinion from subordinates to superiors. If you want to balance it, your concept of empowering of the mind is very, very important.
Definitely.
Another important thing, what we lack, what I always feel, there are so many warriors or veterans retiring from defense services every year. Why only few people have come to a light and they have established their greatness in the society? Why not all others? What I understand is that they are not being empowered, and they are still remaining in the education of officers and men. So it is time for us to teach the men who are coming out from service. As we entered service, we had our indoctrination training. Our brain was totally washed and set to a particular track. Now, when we come out, we are coming out like opened flood. There is energy in the water. There is a potential energy as well as dynamic energy. We are not able to streamline them. Now, I really appreciate and request you to have some training like that, what we have also proposed to our TBR and others, that prior to retirement, they should be given 3 months or 1 month training by persons like you, so that they will realize what is their potential and what they are going to do outside, what is their duties towards the society, and how should they better manage. Because this 15 years, we should take it as a training ground for doing something when we come out. But most of the people are lacking that thing because the energies are not streamlined. We request you to kindly have a view on that, and it is going to help a lot of ex-servicemen to excel in their life after the service. I have also had a talk with our TBR and all to establish an organization like this, so that it will help our people. By helping our people who are coming out, we are also helped to serve the society, because we are icons and examples in so many different places wherever we enter into society. I earnestly pray you, sir, to seriously consider this idea. And
sir,
also,
I am ready.
And also
I need TBR Garu to arrange, organize, and
yes.
I am ready to conduct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can do that, sir. We can do that. So kind
Please start wherever resettlement courses, if you can connect and get that.
Yes, sir.
I'll be able to do that, and I'll be happy to do that, because
we'll start with our own air veterans, sir. We'll start. This is the starting point.
Definitely, yes. Because I'm sure that the moment you are having the learning attitude, and I've been seeing that.
Yes.
Though I joined very late, but I've been seeing that. The kind of commitment you are having to yourself, learning from others, definitely will be able to become a resources for teaching the new coming out the people from the forces. And if you can connect with resettlement and all,
yes,
because I am not having the capability of this kind of thing, but I have a capability of designing the course. Again, Babu Giri will sometimes create the problem. They say
that's our TBR is there. Our TBR is there. He is a very resourceful person.
That's why
definitely we are going to get the resettlement courses.
I will conduct
different others.
Absolutely no hurdle for me to conduct. I have very clear idea to contribute. Only thing I need this support.
Okay, definitely let us know. Yeah, we all can synergize our energies, and we can start the process of unlearning the service matters and relearning the things, and becoming powerful in the civil society. That's what is expected.
Yeah, that's correct.
So once we get the mental box cleared, and our mind is empowered by the coaching kind of thing, so the sky is the limit for us in the civil world.
Yeah, I agree. TBR, I definitely agree with you, Doctor. There are a lot of hidden potential among we, and we look forward to tap them out, so that we also grow in our journey ahead. Thank you.
Sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Synergizing will help us.
Yeah, I think now it's the doctor's talk is thought provoking for all of us.
Doctor is the right personality to tap our potential or resources.
But he's an empowering guru, sir. He's empowering us.
Yes.
Yeah, Rajan Singh Garu.
Sir,
next we have Subhash Chandra Bose also. Yeah.
Sir, there is no question. First of all, I'll say thanks to Prof. I'll say Sergeant Gupta, then Professor Dr. Gupta. So,
the foundation.
Yeah, it is certainly. I respect him because he's my senior. I'm ex-corporal Rajendra Singh, who left service in 1996 after serving for 10 years. Presently, I'm working with IDBI. So coming back to
Professor, as a general manager, IDBI as a general manager. That is the point to notate.
my life is still going on because I'm still running that marathon. Just I don't mention that. I'm just looking at where to reach. So let us see that.
You should go on to become a chairman or
Let us hope,
MD.
sir. I believe in this, sir. And
Yeah.
sir, Gupta sir, it was really a learning program because I was keenly listening that starting till end. That organizational change, Mr. Chandrasekhar, he was talking. I think that is the resistance to change basically because we inherit that British legacy in the forces and the gap is created. That to bridge that gap, I think it will take some time. Nowadays, changes are taking place in the organization, the Air Force also, because with educated people coming, and if you see right now, there are number of court cases filed in the High Court, Supreme Court. Airmen are fighting like anything. And in our time, I don't think any airman reached High Court or the Supreme Court challenging the Air Force authority or Air Force order. Like if you remember, if you must have seen the newspaper recently, somebody from the Gujarat went to the High Court saying that I don't want the COVID vaccine. There are a number of cases airmen have gone to the High Court for taking discharge because they were selected in the civil job and Air Force was denying. But in 90s, I think nobody could think of going to the High Court or Supreme Court. So changes are taking place and that legacy issues are there. Resistance to change is there because those who have to sacrifice, they are a bit resistant initially. And I think that legacy, it is something like that if a pool is colored with certain water, certain colored pool of water is colored, you keep on pouring some water, taking out some water, it takes a lot of time to change the color of that pool. It is something like that. And suddenly we cannot empty it and then put new water. It is like this. As regard organizational culture, a lot of change have taken place. But even then, I'm finding today also that dissatisfaction is there because educated airmen are coming there. Officers are also there. In this group also officers are there. I was listening that when we are talking about airmen and officer, that feeling, I do not know how they will be thinking, how they'll be reacting. At one point of time, I would like to discuss with them also because now they are out of Air Force, we are out of Air Force. If we can contribute for the organization, what Dr. Gupta said, motivation, I think he's rightly saying that with the cultural change of organization will be strengthened. If of willing motivation, because when they have people have to sacrifice their life in the civil also, I have seen they are sacrificing their life willingly when they are motivated. With compulsion, nobody sacrifices the life. When war is there, what Mr. Chandrasekhar was saying, when war is there, whether indiscipline issue will come or not, I think no indiscipline issue will come if people are motivated. And motivation will certainly increase that if that gap is bridged, if the gap is less. And certainly if the motivation level of the forces is high, there is no chance that they can be defeated. They will be always victorious. That will be great contribution if Professor Gupta, he can contribute in the organization. And TBR, sir, I request you because you are in that field, you are resourceful also, you have all linkages also. If we can really contribute in this particular field for the organization, it will be a great contribution for this nation. Dr. Gupta, his talent, because he has gained a lot of experience in the life, his experience can be utilized, your resources can be utilized, and wherever we are there, we can contribute. Gupta, sir, I'll only say you are my senior. I respect you. It was really nice learning day for us. And I look forward one more thing. This is selfish interest. You please start the session so that we can learn.
everybody is
Sir, you
feeling
invite
interested.
me for your bank training.
And one more thing, sir. Certainly, you will also learn from us because we
Definitely,
all are like
we
definitely,
contribute
both
each other,
way.
motivate each other, contribute each other. That's
See,
what
I've been
Gupta sir
conducting
also
training
agrees.
programs.
when we'll be raising the stupid question, at least from the stupid question.
No question is stupid. I tell you, only answer
Reply
may
can
be
be
stupid.
stupid, sir. That we know. I always say when I've been taking session in my organization, I in the staff college, and my rating in this session is generally 4.95 to up to 5 o'clock out of 5. I take session in the different organization, but my session is mixed. I focus on the motivation. Though it is a financial class, but my focus is always on the motivation.
So empowerment is always required, no, for everybody to
I've been
produce
conducting the programs for this Canara Bank Staff College, Mysore Bank Staff College. I've been conducting them.
Okay,
I used to be invited regularly.
So first, you conduct program for us, sir.
Please invite me. I will be very happy to conduct.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Definitely.
That's
Thank
great.
you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Rajendra Singh ji. Then our Bhoskar,
Good evening to you all. Dr. Saab, I'm a very simple man and no position. I just ask one small doubt which I have. That is, as you are talking about so much of empowering the person or a people from anything to anything. So I would like to know one small difference of when you are empowering the people towards their maximum achievement or a maximum performance, in that form, what could be the meaning of a creative leader and a follower leader? Anything such things can come up in this context of empowering a person from anything to anything, that is creative leader or a follower leader? What is the difference and what is the meaning of it?
From my understanding, creative leader is new things, new experiment in everywhere. Now, leadership first duty is what? To see that his people are able to grow, people are able to develop, people are able to get motivated. If leader is able to take care of his followers, follower will remain follower. Otherwise, follower cannot take granted leader. Most of the time, appointed leaders are there. They are not the developed, or we call it a floating leader, means from the group they come up. People have made them leader. They are not. They are appointed leader. And this appointed leader, unless they develop the leadership, they will not be effective. And creativity is one part of one small requirement of a leader. If he is not creative, he will not have alternate paths or alternate solutions and then choose among them the best. So best cannot be achieved by one solution, one direction. Best can be achieved among alternatives. That is always. So creativity is everywhere, and ultimately creativity is converted into innovation. Innovation is implementation part, creativity is something inside. So new idea is brought out and implemented for the new method, new approach, everything. And I always call myself as a change agent. Wherever possible, IIT, I went for 4 months course, and I have been respected for the changes I have made within 4 months in such a highly bureaucratic setup. I made it. Of course, time is less. We'll discuss during our classes that everyone can
what is
have.
that follower leader? Follower leader.
Chandraji is such that he has already made so many things. I did not teach him, or I need not tell him what is the creative leader. He is most creative person available from my point of view. So definitely his creativity we must utilize. What I understood, I'm sure that he is most creative and most technological. I'm not that. I'm a management kind of thing past so many years. I'm not deep in technology, but he is deep in technology. I respect, I accept, and I always regard him that he can be more motivator and innovator and helper to others.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for being in the class. I cannot teach you, sir, creative leadership.
No, sir. You are there.
All veterans are creative leaders.
That's true. That's true.
And also once upon a time followers.
In fact, I'm not teaching anybody. Please understand, I am sharing my learning. You are learning it.
Experiential teaching.
Always, I first thing say I'm not here to teach you, because I never even taught to MBA classes. Student, I said, no, I'm not teaching. If you are here to learn, you will learn. Otherwise, I'm only facilitating and helping you to learn. That's all. My job is that much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Finally, Muttugar and Rajendra are left. Sir, would like to ask anything?
Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
I should say you are man of many parts and very rare commodity of our ESMs. Very rare I see such a learned person.
Evening and night and tomorrow also.
Sir, I am the living example how humble and ground to earth you are, because the moment you came in the group, knowing people, you called them and introduced yourself and talked to them, and I was one. So I am a proof that you talked more than 15-20 minutes with me, and I was so excited that being a director of HL, I being from the same public sector, I know even a GM or a deputy manager how much he is respected in the technical side, because I was non-technical. Regarding your teachings, what you said, I really believe, sir. And I am more excited because the parents, hats off to your parents, first of all, because of their ethics, what they taught you, it goes a long run. And you have been an exemplary in the society. And I have to say hats off to parents and to you, because the teaching, you have many things in you, the good human being, kind-hearted, and teaching, and so many things. Rarely people will have inborn qualities, so many. You have many. So one last question I would like to ask, sir. It is just a small question which arose to me, because after 60s, we normally do some charities and do some society work. The royalties what you get, because you said you written a book which is published very costly in Great Britain. So
it is not
definitely you'll
sold.
be getting some royalty of
No,
it,
it is not
some
sold.
percentage.
They are showing it is not sold. I told them if you keep this price, it will
So
not
any
be sold.
books what you write, if the royalty come, what do you do? Do you do any charity out of it, or you do something to the society? That I would like to know.
See, my way of is charity is that I am ready to contribute in people development without any condition. Without any condition, as I said, I never demanded any fees. People ask me, they will be keep on asking 3-4 times. They think this fellow demanding, I therefore is not telling. I said, no, you decide, you just tell me, because I want to understand your commitment. The moment they say I will pay this much, some will say I can pay this much, some will say, sir, please help me. All this communication tell me about themselves.
You are very kind-hearted by that way, sir.
From there,
but
and
do you
raise
get
them.
any royalties, sir? By now, do you start getting royalties of?
No, nothing. I told you they could not sell.
HOD guides, they get royalty from German, US, and different places if they write international books in technology.
Again, I am talking. They are keep giving in their status, no sale, therefore no royalty.
Okay, Muthu sir, thank you. I think we'll go to Rajendran sir finally.
I will request TVR that Dr. Nair, Dr. Om, if they have anything, please invite me.
Okay, sir, definitely. I'll ask them.
Good evening, Rajendran from Coimbatore, sir. Really, I am honored to listen.
Coimbatore is in my heart. I was involved socially 4 institutions in Coimbatore. Coimbatore Management Association, Coimbatore Productivity Council, Codesia, Institution of Engineers, Institute of Quality Assurance.
Really, I am very honored, and Coimbatore is honored to have you here.
And Shakti Group and Naidu Group, both the groups I was involved.
Lakshmi Group also, sir.
Lakshmi Group, yeah.
Very great, sir. Actually, sir, the human behavior is very complicated one.
Very complicated.
But your solution is very, very simple and very nutshell. That is giving a bitter pill with a sugar-coated one. Really, very appreciable, sir.
This is my capability to simplify the thing. I always believe in simplifying. Theory I can tell, but what is the use?
Very correct, sir.
I can tell application and how simplified way I can communicate and you receive and use it. That's what is the purpose.
Very correct, sir. Well said, sir.
Thank you, Rajendran.
Okay, sir. Anybody from our Gupta sir friends or Bom Gupta?
Good evening. I am.
Dr. Nair sir. Okay.
Very happy to know I am in a group of people because it has continued for 2 hours. I came out with some other people.
Yeah. Okay.
No question. Only I appreciate all this informative and inspiring talk by Gupta sir. I met him by a chance at one function when we were conducting one program, workshop, and I requested him to be a keynote speaker. It was on a Vision Zero German program, and he happily agreed without any commitment. And that program became so successful with his lecture. I am having a small skill development initiative called Brevi Multiskilling Academy. And afterward, of course, it was just before the COVID season. Afterwards, we could not have any interaction. Fortunately, I could see this note that you are conducting this program. I am very happy I could participate and share this experience of all these people to build up our learning spirit high. I will look forward for more programs. I will I'll send my details to all these organizers so that we can have interactions.
Yeah, please.
Forward, Dr. Gupta Sahab knows my details. I will be in touch with him also. We will have more interactions. I am here in Bangalore, and Dr. Gupta Sahab also here only. So we are in touch. Very active program now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Noy.
Was he also ESM? Was he also experiment, sir?
No.
Pardon?
No. Yeah, any other persons?
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Madam wants to talk.
Yeah.
Good evening to all of you. I was listening to a very veteran aircraft official, and I am of a different field, belongs to agriculture. So I am plant pathologist, doctor of plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my field is, I was professor plant pathology. Let me introduce in a few words. I was professor plant pathology, the then first lady dean of the agriculture university, the then director extension, and now superannuated on 31st March of 2021.
Congratulations, madam, for your excellence in
yeah, thank you so much. Dr. K.S. Gupta, to whom I say Bhai Sahab, and he is known to me since 4 decades, more than 4 decades.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he attended my marriage also in 1980. Oh. And my both the kids, my daughter and my son, both have undergone to their PGPM program at Bangalore from ISME because of him only.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever he said on today regarding his empowerment journey, he is no doubt he is empowerment guru. And from the childhood, he is a brilliant student, as you have already listened to him from during different age group, what he joined. He was doing ME, as I know, with his elder son. He was also studying, I could remember. He was
PhD
also studying.
I have done with him.
PhD or ME, something was there. So both son and
studied
father
together in IT Bombay.
Yeah,
Stayed side by side hostel.
Side by side. So he has chosen different field of his own choice and worked very well. So I congratulate him for this long journey. And one question came in my mind, that what message would you like to give to young generation so that they can empower? As in your deliberation, you have talked about 3 important things, and these 3 things are lacking to young generation, as I feel.
It is not only generation, it is lacking in parents.
Parents also says it.
And ultimately in society.
Society also, right.
Parents are the first teacher, society is second teacher, and automatically they move on. Now we have to need the root changes. That's what I conducted program on reprogramming parents' mind to empower teens. And the students 60s, nowadays 60% is nothing. Scoring 60%, they were worried, but they jumped to 80s and 90s with 1 year.
Yes, parents.
That was the, my own self, unbelievable that it can give so much of result within 1 year. And I understand, and I did research also and published a paper, Empowering Teens. In that I found that most of the children said, I hate my parents. You will not be able to believe the statement that moment of time. They said, I hate my parents. And that has given me shocking kind of, to find out something more, do something. And then only this program has come into picture to reprogramming parents, because I found parents are only one controllable factor in whole ecosystem. Rest is uncontrollable. So if we are able to tune parent, because every parents have been programming, and I was also programmed bit similar, but I understood the mind program and reprogrammed myself and then programmed my children. The difference is there. So the programming part is the difference. I have reprogrammed. I was also like anybody. but I have done, I work, and then. So these things could be definitely starting from the root is the parent. And then of course society. So how one is parents should be able to push their children towards empowerment. They should have a practice of empowering children and decision making, etc. everything, and then move forward to the society, which no control time being. So we can start with that. So one word cannot be said, but change has to be start from the parents. And I always say, when they say one will come, I say if one comes, there will be disaster. Both must come and attend my program together, then only there will be good change.
Yeah, that will be, yes, sir.
Otherwise, it will be disaster again.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Anybody
Doctor.
else, sir?
Thank
you,
you.
madam, for your nice talk about our Professor Saab and question
Most
you asked.
welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, most welcome.
I think, yeah, anybody else, sir? Professor Saab, who is interested to ask something? Otherwise, we are already more than 2.5 hours into the call. And as it is, we are going to have separate sessions for our empowerment part of it. We'll decide and fix the program as more and more air veterans are showing interest. And definitely we can learn from each other or learn particularly from each other how to empower ourselves. It's important for us in the life. So even in our any age, retirement is not the age that you can relax. Every time that empowerment is required in our life, right? So I thank all the participants also today for making this program also a grand success, particularly our Professor Dr. K. Gupta Garu for his wonderful narration of his journey and his learnings in service and all his key takeaways from the service, with which I think he again refined themselves and made use of all the learnings from the service. And he has become what he has become today as a proud professor of a subject with a lot of difference and a subject that is more in demand these days. So in the with lots of negativity all around by default in our minds, so we got to be empowered to reprogram our mind, getting rid of the negativity and filling with all kinds of positivity so that we can be happy, successful, joyful, and finally leading a fulfilling life in our life.